Now that you understand the basics of the Move tool, we can introduce a more advanced technique. The key to making this work is actually the selection tool. So revisit that lesson if needed. Sometimes you'll want to move whole sections of geometry. For example, some of these walls. To do this, we can use a left to right selection window to select only the walls, then move all of the walls together. As long as we are careful with our selection, we can manipulate any of these walls while keeping the same wall thickness or move a window or door opening. This method is also useful when you've created more complex geometry, such as this picture frame. We can still reshape the size of this frame if we select all of one side of it and then use the Move tool and carefully move it along the axis. Depending on the selection we make, we could adjust both the outer and inner frame together or select and move them separately. Again, the key is really the selection tool. Let's practice on a more complex set of walls. Let's move this interior wall down by 2 feet. When you make a selection, remember that your view of the model is really important. From this view, I could try and select just the wall, and it looks okay, but moving shows some geometry warping, and if I orbit a bit, I can see I accidentally grabbed this lower edge. So I'll hit Escape to cancel that move, and instead, choose a view where I'm much more aligned with the wall. Now I can make a clean, narrow selection, and then I'll move this wall down further, type 2 feet, and press Enter to finish. Often, the best view to make a selection with is from the top or side. This floor plan is simple enough that I can get any selection I need while still in perspective mode. But it can be helpful at times to toggle perspective off to get a pure orthographic view. This can be very useful to toggle on and off, though we recommend that you do most of your work in perspective mode. One last reminder that sometimes, even with the right view, you'll need to use modifiers to refine your selection. In grabbing this set of walls, I may have selected too much, but using modifier keys, I can remove the geometry I don't need and then move these walls correctly. This method takes practice and a good understanding of how edges and surfaces are connected. Take your time and try moving some walls around. Remember, you can always hit Escape to cancel a move in progress, or undo a few steps if things go wrong. Practice, practice, practice.